Thanks for spending a little bit of time with material management. In this video, we're going to talk about how do I know if a vendor has actually sent me a purchase order acknowledgement or an invoice or a PDF. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. It depends on what products that you're using for material management. If you're using the legacy or desktop Power Order Confirmation, or if you're using legacy desktop Power Invoice, that's one process. If you're using our web-based tools, that's another process. So I'll go through both of those here quickly. So the first thing you need to know is, well, what am I looking for? Am I looking for an order or am I looking for an invoice? So those of you that are using desktop Power Order, you can cruise through your list here and you can say, hey, you know what? I don't see that order that I was supposed to get. If I go to Tools, Resend Orders, and if I'm updated to use the latest Power Help function, it's going to bring up a screen that looks like this. And I'm going to be going to powerhelp.matmgt.com. Now, if you don't have credentials for this, or it comes up something that looks, very old or different, contact us at support@materialmanagementinc.com or call us on 1-800-590-1300 and we will get you updated and get you set up so that you can see this. When I log in here, I'm not going to give credentials, but I need to have credentials. Once I log in, the first thing I, as a user, I'm going to see is I'm going to see all of the vendors that should be sending to me. And I can then go in and say, hey, if all of these vendors are sending to me, and if I'm only looking for, say, a specific vendor, I can just check and highlight only that specific vendor. I can go to orders or I can go to invoices. Now, I can have, if I've got a particular order number or a particular or a particular PO number, I'll be able to then see exactly if that's been able to be sent. Now, in this case right here, I'm going to get a lot of results. But if I type in a particular sales order number or a particular purchase order number, I'm going to be able to see, did they send it? And if they sent it, did material management receive it? And in this case right here for this order number, I was cheating because I knew what it was, but I can see that they had sent it. If this came back with no results, like let's say I'm going to add some crazy stuff onto the end here, and I'm going to search just for that, and I'm going to see, hey, this sales order number, it'll say no data available. That means material management has not received it. If we haven't received it, you need to reach out to material management or to your vendor and see if we can get a hold of that particular order for you. The easiest way to do it is send to support@materialmanagementinc.com and let us go chase it for you. The other option that you have, if you're looking for invoices, you'll also be able to see, did they send an invoice and do I have the PDF with it? If it shows up here in the screen, you should have it in your desktop Power Order or in your desktop Power Invoice. If you don't, you can resend it down to yourself. I cover that in a separate video. The other component is if you're using our web version, the web version that we have is actually a little bit more straightforward than the desktop version. I can go in here and I can see, do I have my purchase orders and which purchase orders do I have? If the purchase order doesn't appear here on the screen, I can then go in and I can search all of my batches. And the batches are going to tell you, have I previously received it and I processed it? I can then type in, say, a purchase order number, and I can search inside of my batches. And when I go down the process of searching for it, I can see, hey, I've processed this in a batch, in which case you have seen it. If between the order tab and your batches, you don't see either a sales order number or the purchase order number in question, it means we didn't get it. In which case then reaching out and sending an email to support@materialmanagementinc.com is going to be your best bet to get it quickly. Or you can reach out to the vendor directly. Sometimes the vendor branches, they don't know exactly how this whole data exchange process works. So your best bet is to start with material management. So that's how you can see, did a vendor send it to me on either the legacy desktop apps or inside of the web apps? They both work similarly in the sense that I have to know what my sales order number is or my purchase order number to be able to look it up. If I don't see it, it means material management didn't get it, and we need to find out what that problem is. If I do see it here, then that helps me know, do I need to send it back down to myself so I can process it, or do I need to process it here, or maybe I need to reprocess it? Anyway, either way you do it, you can have, if you've got questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, that's support@materialmanagementinc.com and 1-800-590-1300. Thanks for the time.